Welcome to my monthly The Expat Career and Lifestyle podcast. I'm Dominika and I am the founder of dmcoaching.eu, the place to be when you want to create a career you love and live the global lifestyle. Hello everyone and welcome to our new episode of the Expat Career and Lifestyle podcast. Our special guest today is Amel Derragui, a business and marketing coach, a speaker and founder of Tandem Nomad. Her expertise has been featured in several media and made the cover story of the Global Living magazine. Amel has also been speaking about marketing and entrepreneurship in various events, such as Families in Global Transition in The Hague, as well as the World Bank, IMF, and IDB Family Network Conference in Washington, D.C. Welcome, Amel. Thank you very much for being with us today. And please tell us more about yourself and how your expat journey started.
Hello, Dominika. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. And hello, everybody. So as Dominika said, my name is Amel. I'm the founder of Tandem Nomads. And it's a platform designed to help expat partners turn their career challenges into opportunities by building a successful portable business. So I really believe in the power of entrepreneurship and how it can really help us, find the solutions to this huge problem that expat partners have with their careers. So, but to tell you more about my background, I'm actually a third culture kid. I've been raised across countries. My parents are diplomats. So I was born in India. I'm from Algeria, and we lived in several countries when I was a child. India, Algeria, Uganda, Serbia. It was also Yugoslavia before, and then France. And at the age of 16, I left my parents' home, sweet home, and lived by myself in France. In high school, I was living in my own studio and was going to high school to be able to continue my studies. And I stayed in France for a long time. So it's kind of my one of my homes, one of my multiple homes where I feel like I belong. And while studying, I got hired by an American company, so I got to travel then for my job between France and the US. I lived in Utah, I lived in Arizona, where I did my MBA actually there, and also in LA. So I've been traveling a lot as a single student and first-year experiences with my professional career. And after 2 years with this company, I was selling books door to door and became a manager. That was an amazing experience. Sales is one of the best ways, especially when it's direct sales and door to door, to have. It's an amazing school for life and for business. So that has been a huge milestone in my life. But once I finished my MBA in Arizona, that I did at the same time as I was working, I was kind of wondering what was home for me and where I wanted to develop my career. So I decided to go back to France and do what I always wanted to do since the age of 14, which was start a career in advertising. So I lived in France for a few years, moved from a city to another, depending on the job opportunities. And in 2009, 2010, I was like, it's enough. Now I'm ready to settle down, buy an apartment, and never move again. I'm done. And I would tell to my mom, she would like, it's time for you to find a husband and travel the world and find a diplomat. I was like, no way, I will never do that. I will never give up my career for a man. And funny enough, a few months later, I went to visit them in Iran. First night I met with who would become my husband. And so 6 months later, we were engaged. A year later, we were married. And in between, I was telling him, I would never give up my career for you. But he did convince me. We had a funny kind of challenge that we gave to each other, because I told him, I don't think this story is going to work out because I'm not ready to move to Iran. And he said, okay, let's just do a bet, the first one who finds a job for the other one, that person moves. Do you see what I mean? So I had to look for a job for him, and he had to find a job for me in Iran. And so he was kind of ready, or pretending, I don't know, that he would be ready to move. But the good thing is that I always wanted to start my business. And somehow I did go to Iran to see if there were opportunities for me. And I started realizing that might be a good market to start my consulting business in marketing communication, because there was a lot of needs and a huge potential there. So I did turn up to give up my career in advertising and start my business right away and move to Iran. So try to make it short, but yeah, that's the story.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story. So you really traveled a lot and lived in all those different cultures. So
Yeah.
you are like an expat partner, expat career, expat student, expat businesswoman. So everything in one person.
Exactly. I've done it all.
Yeah. So moving to Iran. So this was your turning point when you decide to start your portable business.
Yeah.
So what can you advise to, for example, to any expat partner or expat who is looking for a business idea, and how to find the right idea or start the right business? Because sometimes it can be challenging because you have too many ideas, no idea, or you don't know what to do. So what can you advise?
Okay, so how to find the business idea. And I think that one of the things we have to summarize about what business is about solving a problem, and people pay you to solve that problem. So I think it all starts with actually that question, what problem you can solve. And so either you see a problem around you that nobody is fixing, and that might be a great opportunity for you. Say, it can be something you don't know anything about, but you experience yourself. I, for example, had one of my guests on Tandem Nomads who had issues getting her loan loaned, and she was like, there's no good solution. So she started a startup to find the right lawn mower in her neighborhood, you see. So that was a problem that she wanted to fix and turned out to be a business. But if you don't see any particular problem that you see you could fix, I think it's important to look at your skills and look at what you're good at, your passions. It's very, very important to be passionate about the business you start. So that's always good to look at what you're passionate about and see if that can in any way solve a problem that people are ready to pay for. And one of the tips I can recommend you to do is to look at in your past, what are the moments where you felt like you build the biggest achievements and where you felt so useful, but also think about what are the reasons why your friends or your family call you when they need you. And that's a very good way to see, oh, there's a pattern here. Everybody's calling me to fix this and this and that. For instance, my mom would always call me when she wanted to organize an event to tell me how should I promote it and things like that. My friends would do the same thing. I would also be called all the time when it's about online technology to show them how to fix it. So think about that. What are the reasons why people call you to help them solve a problem?
Yeah, so listening to the people, what the people are asking you about. Yeah, great. So you are a little bit techie also.
I wouldn't say that I'm a big tech, but I think especially for portable businesses and portable career, without technology, I mean, the reason we can talk about this nowadays is just because technology is there. And I'm surprised that there's still resistance to embrace technology. And we have to. It's not a choice anymore if we want to build a successful career and portable career. Look at what it has done just in terms of communication with our families and friends back home. So the power of technology to build successful businesses is just huge. So we really have to embrace it.
Yes, I think that thanks to the technology, we have this possibility to have something portable, something mobile that we can take with us wherever we want to live. So what was your biggest challenge? Because as we said before, you moved a lot. You lived in different culture. So what was your biggest challenge while creating your portable business, and how did you overcome it?
Okay, so it's hard to choose, but I think there are two challenges I think that a lot of us might have had. The first one, I think, when you start your business, I started my business with no help. I had nobody around me to support me, to explain me how to do it. I really literally went from being an employee to a business woman or entrepreneur without having anybody around me to guide me through it. So I really had to learn on the spot. And so what has helped me this, and the biggest challenge for me when I was in Iran, was the fact that internet was very restricted. So, but despite of that, internet was the one thing that really helped me. I don't think I would have been able to learn so much and research so much about how can I like convince a client to sign a contract and things like that. If it wasn't thanks to internet, where I learned so much and followed some people and some blogs and etc. So I really learned thanks to internet. That's the first thing. But as I grew my business and as the stakes were higher, I still had this loneliness of not having more industry information, market information, especially in our world of expats. It's very hard to find statistics and know more about our market. I think it's very important when you start a business to know better, to know your market as much as you can, and also know what are the new trends, what are the new, so that the more I grew, the more I was feeling lonely in this. And what has helped me is that I actually put together a little mastermind. I don't know if you know what a mastermind is. Maybe I should explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So a mastermind is a group of people and entrepreneurs or that have similar interests. They're not necessarily competitors, but even if they are, it's okay. But that in a way have the same area of business and can support each other by providing information to each other and exchanging on each other's business in total confidence. So now I have my regular mastermind meeting every 2 weeks. And every week we sit down and talk about one of our businesses, and the two of us, support the third person with her questions and vice versa. So this has been very useful. So if you feel lonely, try to first of all use all these great groups online and all these blogs, but also try to find physical people who have have their interest at heart, your interest at heart, who you can really trust and will support you. So this was like one of the biggest issue for me, was this loneliness and getting to learn as I grow. The second one, honestly, that is very particular to expat partners is the fact that when you move from a country to another, usually it's the expat partner who's the one responsible for the move, for settling down, for getting the kids to school. I don't have kids, but I still have a lot of responsibilities. And the first months, while my husband would immediately start to work and be integrated in his team and have everything ready for him, I had to rebuild all my network. I had to, I was the one in charge of unpacking and taking care of, all the things that has to take care of to settle down in a new place. And that was really challenging, because then you have a break in your business, and that's really harmful. It can hurt your business. So what I've done for that, and this was one thing that I did in the last posting, I really discussed it with my husband. I said, from now on, this is real business. This is not anymore, this is not a hobby. They're what I'm doing. So I need as much your support as you need mine. So whenever, for example, we have construction or something, he has to be as responsible for it as I am. And he's been very helpful with that. Whenever I have a meeting or a client to take care of, and we have something to do, to be present at home, he will come and leave work to be here. So it's a team. And this is why I call it tandem nomads, because I think that business, if you're serious about building a business, it's a full-time commitment. So you have to involve your partner and your kids in it and make everybody support you in this. Otherwise, it'll be very hard to succeed, especially when you move regularly from a country to another. So
yeah, great insight, great inspiration. So what I can add, from my part, so it's important to speak also with your husband, with your partner, or with your wife, or with your family and explain them exactly what you are doing, what is your business about, what are the steps to develop your business and to grow your business, so they can be part of this project, that they can understand, because sometimes they think that maybe you are only sitting at home and doing nothing, but actually you are working on something that you are excited about, that it's your dream to have a portable career or business. So very important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're not having fun here. This is serious stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So what are the 3 important steps for you to grow a portable business?
So, as I said before, I think the first step is to define what problem you solve. I mean, it happens very often that that people who start a business cannot actually express what problem they solve. It's very important to not spend time in explaining what you do, but rather what you solve. And there's one way you can help. That can help you express your problem. Think about what transformation you provide. Think about what's the stage A before you come in, and what's the stage B after you come and help a client. So that's very important. If you can say stage A is this is the problem, and stage B, this is the solution and outcome that I provide. Very important. So if you can't do that very clearly, then it's going to be very hard to build a successful business. That's like the basics. And then my biggest advice for the second step: sometimes you can solve a problem for more than one type of people. For example, my specialty is marketing and business development. So many type of people need that. So many type of companies need that. But the way that I've been the most successful is since I started Tandem Nomads, when I decided to specifically target one small niche. And there's this quote that I love that says, if you try to resonate with everybody, you will resonate with nobody. So try to really pick your smallest niche possible and master that niche. If you can't master a small group, you will never be able to master with everybody. So focus on one niche and really, really try to be that expert in that niche. And then you will see the more you succeed at it, the more your business will naturally grow. So that's my second step, big advice. Focus on a small niche. And finally, the third step is all about, business and marketing development, and what strategy you are going to, basically business development and marketing is all about answering the simple question: how do I where do I find my clients? How do I transform them into clients? How do I keep them happy? And how do I make them recommend me? Those are the four things about marketing and business development that you have to ask yourself and find an answer to. And whatever strategy you decide to take, focus on just a couple of strategies. Don't try to do too much. And this is what I see with a lot of my clients. They learn all about all these marketing strategies and they try to do everything. And that can be very overwhelming. So I think it's very important to pick a couple, 1 to 3 strategies to find clients and turn them into customers, and then stick to it for a while to see if it really works. Stick to it, and if it doesn't work after a while, then change, but don't switch from one to another all the time. And one of my biggest advice here is consistency. No matter what strategy you choose to have, be consistent with it. And by that I mean, for example, in your case and my case, it's the podcast. And I know that every Tuesdays on Tandem Nomads, there is a new episode. And that's my date, like so to call, with my audience. And my audience is waiting for me on that Tuesday. So I'm very consistent. My episodes are always on Tuesdays, and this is what matters. For example, and same for your service and your products. Make sure that the quality is consistent. I always give this example. If you go to a restaurant and you love it so much, and you're very happy then to recommend it to your friends, you go back to this restaurant with your friends and the same dish you had before does not taste the same. How disappointing is that? So, make sure that your products are always the same, provide the same quality, because that's what brings sustainability. Because at the end of the day, what matters with business is the long term, that it lasts for a long time. And consistency is the key for that. I hope that I kind of summarized it very quickly, but yeah.
Yes, consistency is very, very important, but sometimes it can be difficult to stick with publishing a podcast or writing blogs.
Yeah.
And also, you said that choosing like 3 or 2 marketing techniques or strategy to build rapport with your potential clients. This is also very important, because nowadays we have so many information about how we can market ourselves on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, podcasts, networking. So there is a lot that we can do, and so it's very easy to get overwhelmed and also lost yourself within all those
Totally.
all those techniques and possibilities that we have to market our business.
Yeah.
Yes. So talking about marketing, so what effective marketing means to you?
So effective marketing is the fact that you can measure actually how successful is a strategy that you have implemented. And I think it's all about, you want to also see what kind of resources you're investing in your marketing and what kind of financial, but also energy resources you're putting into your marketing, and how effective it is, what results it's providing you. So yes, I think that's important to also think of that, whatever you do. And this is why I say don't try to do everything, just focus on a couple of strategies, because you want to measure if it's really bringing you clients. It's really important to think about that. Everything you do in your business, you should try as much as you can to measure it, to see how effective it is, because productivity is one of the most important things. Time and money is the 2 important things in business to be successful. So if you allocate your resources in terms of time and money wisely, you will have more chances also to find clients much rapidly and sustain your business.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so measure your marketing activities, consistency, and also focusing on 2 or 3 strategies in your marketing.
Yeah.
So tell us more. How do you keep your motivation up while moving to different countries? What is your strategy, or what is your secret to stay motivated and keep going with your business?
That's a great question also, because I think you're so right. Motivation is so important, because you can have the best skills in the world, but you have to build resilience to be able to run a business. A business, it's full of ups and downs, and it's not a straight path. So I'm really happy you brought that up. So one thing that's very specific also to entrepreneurs, but also expats who move a lot, I think it's to build routines, and to build routines that you can take with you wherever you go. And this is one thing that has helped me a lot, is to have my morning routines, my evening routines. One example, for example, exercising has been a huge way to actually wake up in the morning with at least one small achievement I've done. I loved when I read this quote from a Marine saying, wake up in the morning and make your bed, so at least you have had one achievement to go to. And if you had a bad day, at least you have a fresh bed to go to. Freshly made bed. So routines are very, very important. So make sure that you have your routines, and it can be small routines of 5 minutes. You don't have to exercise. If you can't exercise for 45 minutes, then I don't know, just stretch every morning for 5 minutes, so that you start the day taking care of yourself. And that's very important. The state of mind of an entrepreneur is, at the end of the day, the biggest engine of his or her success. So put yourself in that state of mind when you wake up in the morning, but also when you go to bed, because I believe that a successful day starts the night before. So before I go to bed, I actually look at my calendar for the next day, and I picture myself succeeding at doing what I plan to do. So that's very important. So routines, decide what kind of routines you can build in your life and stick to them, because that will really help you have that stamina that you need. And the other thing that I do a lot with my clients is also have a clear picture of what are your goals and break them down into baby steps. If your goal is, for example, to start a business in 6 months or a year, then write down all the steps you have to go through. Take a course, hire a coach, or do market research, or meet with these people, sign up to a networking group. List those things and put them in your calendar. So take your calendar, put the dates where you know you're going to be out, not being able to work, and then put in what are you going to do to achieve those goals. Very important to every week know what you're going to do the next week, and every night know what you're going to do the next night. I really think that that is the mentality to keep your motivation up. And third, be inspired. Listen to podcasts like yours,
And like yours.
So I really believe in the power of podcasting. I love what you're doing, and you're bringing amazing stories to people to keep them motivated. And I think what keeps them most motivated is to read books, listen to podcasts of other people's stories, because these help me to never forget of what's my big picture. Because if I'm only into my own stuff, then I easily only see the hard work behind it and not the big picture behind it. So and we have to continuously learn. So podcasting is a great way. So keep listening to this podcast and to 10 of Nomads podcast if you're more interested into portable businesses. But I really believe that it's super important to take that time. I know that expat partners are so busy, have their kids to take care of and everything, but this is your life. Honestly, this is your life. Nobody is going to take care of you like as well as you would do. So whatever you want to achieve in your life, it fits you in your hands. So make the time for it, and ask your family, your friends, and your partner to support you. Even the kids should be involved. I've seen so many of my clients, seeing their kids so excited about what their mama was doing, and this is so cool. So involve your family so that you can stay motivated too. It was a long answer, but this is such an important topic for me.
Yeah, beautiful, great inspiration, motivation. Yeah, getting clear on your goals and morning routines. This is what I like and what I do also. And I love inspirational stories and podcasts, books and films about people who are succeeding and who overcame challenges.
So what are your favorite things to be motivated?
So I have my morning routine. So I write my morning pages. So I write exactly what I want to do during the day, what I am grateful for. Sometimes like overcoming challenges. So I have like a picture for a day. Then I also exercise. So I have my exercise routine like 4 times per week because it gives me a lot of motivation and energy and being fit. So feeling good in your body for me is very important. And reading inspirational stories, listening to podcasts. So this is something that I do in the evening, like to wind down after the day of work, and also reviewing. So another thing that I do is a weekly review. So on Friday or Saturday, I sit down and I do my weekly review, like my achievements of the week, challenges and plans for the next week, and also what I am grateful for, like writing the gratitude.
That's very important. I love that you mentioned the gratitude part, because I think we have to celebrate the good things in our lives, but also our successes. Like I say, when you run a business, make sure to have mini celebrations. Every time you reach a goal, make sure to celebrate it and also be grateful for it. And that's really important for life and in business. Gratefulness, it's really, really important. And being mindful, I think journaling is such a powerful tool to be able to do that. So that's great that you brought it up. Yeah.
So what are your plans for the future, Amel? What are you doing? Are you staying in New York? Are you moving? What are your plans?
So that's the thing. We never know. So we've been moving like 3 times since we got married, like 7 years ago, my husband and I, and to Austria, Iran, and now then New York. And hopefully this might be the longest time I've ever spent in one place. We have a duration that's usually of 7 years in New York. So we have 4 more years to go. And I'm sorry about that. We have 4 more years to go, and that we don't know where we're going to go afterwards. So for me right now, it's all about the present and focusing on tandem nomads and making a great life with my husband in New York. This is our home now, so we're just making the best of it. And yeah, business wise, tandem nomads, I have lots of plans also for tandem nomads, running most of for now what I do is a lot of on top of the podcast, I do a lot of conferences. I speak at conferences. I do one-on-one coaching for those who want to build a portable career, a business, and or those who already have a business and have a hard time making enough money out of it. So I coach them and consult them, advise them. But I would like also to have some soon to launch my online courses on the principles of how to build a portable business, and hopefully on the long term is to have also a startup platform for tandem nomads and make tandem nomads the entrepreneurship platform for global nomads. So that's the big picture on the long term, but we'll take it baby steps, like we said. It's already great that in 2 years we managed to be where we are today, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Great plans, and congratulations for everything.
Thank you.
So where can we find more information about you? And I also know that you have a free gift for our listeners. So tell us more.
So if you want to find me, you can find me on tandemnomads.com, TANDEM, Tandem Nomads, NOMADS.com. And on the homepage, you will find the free gift, which is your free guidebook on the 6 steps to build a portable business. And it's actually a guidebook where you can write down your answers and work on it. So that's going to be very useful. At the end, it ends with some questions you have to answer and to start kicking off your strategy to build your business. So that's really cool. And I have a special guest for the listeners of this episode. So if you get this free guidebook, as soon as I send it to you, feel free to answer and mention Dominica's podcast, and I will be happy to offer you another free guidebook on how to reach your goals. So so you will be then set to kick off. But if you want to reach to me directly, my email is Amel, AMEL, @tandemnomads.com. You can also find me on Facebook, on Tandem Nomads page. And we also have a Tandem Nomads Facebook group if you want to exchange with other expat partners who are building their portable businesses or discuss a lot about the challenges and also some solutions to build your portable businesses. So you're more than welcome to join.
Thank you very much for sharing all those fantastic gifts and your experience and story with us. I will put all the information, all the links to the website and Facebook group, and to the free gift with the description of the podcast. So all the listeners can go and learn more about you and get the fantastic gift and listen to your podcast, Tandem Nomads. Thank you.
Dominica, thank you so much. You're doing a great job, and thank you so much for inviting me. It was a great honor to talk to you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for listening. And if you like this podcast, please share it with your friends and leave us a comment. And I will be back soon with another fantastic guest. Thank you very much, and bye.